Retired Chattanooga City Court Judge Russell Bean says the state boating law should be revised.
Now, the law allows courts to use the same sentencing choices for boating under the influence as DUI driving cases. Local 3's Xavier Harris joins us in the studio with more. Xavier.
Cindy, thanks so much. Judge Russell Bean says boating and driving are two totally different things, and they should be treated as such. Right now, if a boater is stopped with a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08% or greater, they could face consequences.
Did they do any test of this? Did they do any kind of scientific test to know that somebody that's got a 0.08 alcohol presumption cannot operate a boat properly under just about all circumstances?
Judge Russell Bean retired as the city judge after 22 years and says when he heard about House Bill 0458, he almost couldn't believe it.
But I do think it's different than an automobile on the highway. For example, two cars passing out here on the road, they're passing within 2 or 3 feet apart, and two boats out on the water are maybe 200 feet apart. So I think that's a big difference.
The bill says the first conviction is a fine of $2,500 with consequences increasing to a minimum of 7 days in jail with another conviction.
I just thought it was it was overreaction.
Judge Bean also says it would be difficult to know if a boater is under the influence.
In a car, if you see them on the road and they're swerving, that's one reason police pull over.
He says it's not illegal to swerve while driving a boat.
From my understanding, what they're doing is they have binoculars, that they being the wildlife officers, and supposedly the binoculars are to make sure that people have their vest.
He says from there, law enforcement would have probable cause to test a driver, but adds that could be considered an invasion of privacy.
Some people live on their houseboats. You know, if they're docked over in the side of a cove or something, I don't know, they're not really out operating their boat.
Now, all persons operating a sail or powered vessel have given their implied consent to chemical tests to determine their alcohol or drug content of their blood. Now, failure to consent to testing is a separate offense and may result in suspension of vessel operating privileges for at least 6 months.